Before I was an Avenger, I made mistakes. And a lot of enemies.
Girls, thank you so much for having me. I really like the film. I think that it has a lot of heart in it. And well, thank you for your time.
Thank you. Hello. Hi.
And I gotta say, one of the funniest things I found in the film is this joke about Black Widow landing in the Avengers pose.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask you girls, what is something in an action film that is really hard to do, but we as an audience don't notice because it looks really easy on screen?
The Black Widow pose.
Florence had to land it once, and yeah. See what I have to go through?
Yeah, no, I get it. It's an amazing pose. It's now making more sense as to why Yelena takes the piss, because it's actually a really tricky position to get into.
That looks like a tricky position. All right, so that's one of the hardest things.
No.
Firing a gun with your eyes open.
Oh,
that
so hard.
Is it because of the noise or because it's super hard?
It's just your instant reaction is to go like this, is to blink, because it's like a little bomb is going off in your hand.
Right.
It's loud, and then also it's loud, so you blink, and then also there's like sediment.
Debris.
There's like that comes out when you shoot a bullet, like gunpowder, and so your eye, you immediately. But yeah, you don't want that. You don't want to be slow-mo blinking.
Right.
The gun is so that's tough. It's even harder to do when you have like a massive, huge rifle.
How do you practice? Just like this?
I don't know. It's like mentally psych yourself out. It's tough.
I got them to video me once as I was like doing a magazine change, and I was looking really cool. And then the guy professional was like, "Yeah, you look great. You look great." I was like, "Yeah, I feel amazing. Oh my God, look at that video." And he was like, "Yeah, one thing though." And he zoomed in and then press played, and every single bang, I was like,
Yeah, and we see it like something super easy, but it's really hard. Just when we thought that we knew Black Widow, this movie arrives and we get to see her in a different light. So I wanted to ask you, Scarlett, as an actress, did you have a different process to build this new angle of the character comparison with the previous films?
I don't think so. I don't know. I think my process usually, try out the words and understand what the truth is for the character in them, and that is and just keep digging in that direction. And I approach all my work that way. So I don't think it was any different with this. It was just. Maybe I've just known the character. Maybe it was a little bit easier to understand what that is because I know the character so well. Because I've played her for such a long time.
And Florence, I think that building a funny character seems like a very difficult task. And your character, Yelena, she managed to be funny without even smiling. You made it seem really effortless. So I wanted to ask you, what kind of work did you do to get there? Was there any space for improvisation, for example?
I don't even think, I knew that some things that she said were funny, but it didn't feel like, I think it's the Russian accent. I think I was afforded the ability to not really be that expressive. And I think that definitely helped. And also just her point blankness of being as harsh as she can possibly be without knowing that she's being harsh is always funny. I just think it was her social cues. Like, she doesn't have great social cues or great social awareness. And so that in itself is funny. But no, I didn't think in the moment that I was being funny. Like, it's not like people behind camera were, smacking their knees and going, ah! It just, I think it's something that kind of evolved into this silly kind of relationship that you got to see this one person just constantly prodding and the other person just constantly rolling their eyes. I think the dynamic is funny. But I'm glad that you said I'm funny. That's made me really happy.
Yeah, I think that maybe in the editing process, it was. I mean, you did a great work.
Maybe I wasn't funny before.
No,
but
you were.
yeah.
No,
We
it
fixed
was
everything
great.
in post.
Yeah.
Cleaned up the whole performance.
I didn't mean
It was
that.
tough.
It's okay. Don't worry.
And there's one final question. I really love the treatment of the concept family in the movie. The fact that we ask ourselves, what makes a group of people feel like one, like a family. And I think that being on set so many days, sharing so much time together, the crew also becomes like a family. So how would you describe the Black Widow family?
Dysfunctional. She has a lot of different kinds. At the end of the film, she says, I have two families. I never thought I had a family. I have two. And, I think obviously for her going in, the Avengers feel like her family because of what they've been through, and they're the family that she's chosen. And it's the dynamic is much more clear. They have a loyalty to one another, a shared fundamental commonality between them. And this other family, the family you see in this film, it's like a construct of a family. It's not. But then what they realize is that what they experienced, actually, the shared experience that they had is what binds them, and that they have, and out of that experience, they have a lot of love and respect for one another, that they've come out the other side. And yeah, I think this movie says a lot about the family that we choose. As opposed to the one you're born into. It's just, it's just a kind of unique way of looking at it. And only Kevin Feige could have thought, oh yeah, we should make this a family film, which to me was like a mind-blowing suggestion at the beginning and very daunting. And I was like,
thank you so much, girl.